What I have done is mounted this piece of wood in a chuck. It was just a piece I pulled out of the scrap bin. I have no idea what kind of wood that is. Was a table leg when I got it. So I bored a hole, a 1-inch diameter hole, basically as deep as I could. It goes into about here, which is fine. Then I used a spindle gouge to chamfer around over the edges of the hole. The diameter of this piece is probably about 1 5/8, I think. Yes, just under 1 5/8. I'm going to be turning that down to 1 1/2 inches in diameter. So I'm going to use my cone center to keep everything aligned. I want 1.5 inches. This is a homemade arc gauge. I just bored holes of different sizes in a scrap of wood. Then I ripped the piece of wood down the middle of the holes. And then I took it to the bandsaw and resawed it into a thin strip. And that's my arc gauge. So I'm going to be using the 1.5 inch. Okay, so now I've got 4 places that are the diameter I want. So I just need to remove the wood in between them and okay. So that section should be reasonably close to 1.5 inches in diameter. And that's reasonably close to 1.5 inches. At both ends, so it's quite consistent in length. So that's fine for now. The real test is to put a piece of wood on there that has a hole in it the size that I want. And, okay, so I bored. Oh. That's actually pretty good. I bored 1.5 inch hole in this block of wood, and that bored nice and clean. That inside of that hole feels pretty smooth. So let's just see if that will slide on there. Okay, so that goes on there nice and There's a little bit of slop, but not too awful much. But it goes on nice and easily, which is what I was going for. So, I'm just going to mark this piece of wood so I know, so I can get it back into the chuck in the same position it is now. And now I'm going to take that over to the bandsaw and cut a couple of slots, kerfs in it. Just cut a couple of kerfs. I just freehanded them, trying to get them 90 degrees apart. Okay, so if I put that on there and then run this cone center into the end, it should expand that, and it seems to be gripping quite well. Okay, so I'll turn that down. Okay, so far so good. So there is a napkin ring. And that's a good way to hold napkin rings, or bracelets, or finger rings, or anything that's already got a hole in it that you want to work on the hole outside. This is a white ash. I'm not sure about finish on the inside. Does a napkin ring need to be finished on the inside? It probably wouldn't hurt, but you can't really do friction polish on the inside too well, so I guess you could make a bigger one of these that this would go inside of, and you could polish the inside, but it would probably be easier to just sand it and put wipe-on poly or Danish oil or something on as a finish off the lathe afterwards. So, thank you for watching.